Hello everybody, it's me. I'm back. Yeah, I'm here to review the latest Smallville comic issue. This is issue number 3 of Guardian. So yeah, tonight let me take this out and I'll show y'all. Yeah, it's pretty awesome, huh? Yeah, it's got Superman right there, and then it's got Lois right there. They're kind of in the crossfire. And look at the top right here. See that? Yeah, baby. Dark Knight Rises. That I will be sure to see, and I'll do a review on that later. But anyway, back to getting to the issue. Yeah, it leaves off where I guess more or less where the last one let off. And here in the beginning we have Chloe and Oliver looking through the field where that ship landed, and there's some interesting stuff to say the least. Yeah, yeah. And this will I love how the arrows. And here they talk about like they sort of reminisce. He talks about boxing glove arrow, but which like, we haven't seen, but it's been referenced. And then they look for the thing, and they talk about the old times. Like one thing before I meant to like one thing I would like about this issue, it's like it has several callbacks, several callbacks to like previous stuff, we've seen in the TV series. Like I'll show you here. Like what I'll get into they're talking about alien visitors that have been very friendly in the past, and here we look here. Here we have yeah, right there, if y'all can see, we have a little collage here. We have like Aether and Namek is Zod's disciples from the episode Rival. We have Chloe being attacked by Brainiac. We have Doomsday over there and Oliver talking. So the only ones who have been friendly are Clark and Martian Manhunter. Well, there's also Kara, but yeah, and a couple, like one other, Raya, but I just don't really remember them too well. But anyway, or like to. But anyway, it's like, and then where they're looking, and here they find a ship that says this right here, Queen Industries. So that's something he's talking about. Building the Watchtower base, up on the moon. For their Justice League. I mean, so yeah, it's really something to see. And here we get to like Emil Hamilton and Hank Henshaw. He's like burned up and everything. His wife Terry here. It's good stuff. And then here, let's see now. And here Lois is trying to console his wife Terry, saying why didn't Superman save him, of course, and all that stuff. And she's like kind of distraught and everything. And in here we have Superman confronting Lex right there. Let's see, and then we have, and here he smashes him right there. That's like an awesome shot right there. If y'all can see that, that's an awesome shot. And here he gets angry at Lex, and then he falls prey right into Lex's hands. And here we have, look at that, Superman's completely surrounded. So yeah, and then let's see, getting on, we have, saying that Lex is saying, first time was at the Russian space shuttle, second was aboard, Guardian platform, and now here at his office, to give him military enough to stand. And here, like Lois is trying to call her father Sam Lane, who's like at the head right there. Here he is right there. I mean, it's really looks exactly like Michael Ironside. I mean, see, look at that. That's. I mean, I really love the artistry here. What they do here. It's really got a Smallville look and feel to it. And then, and here, this one's cool right here. When Clark became Superman for the first time in the last episode, saving Air Force One right there. And then they fire, and then look at that. Clark catches that. Look at that shit. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's good stuff. What else we got here? And then here, Superman's like completely surrounded. It's taken down, all that stuff. And then here they fire. And here they fire and everything. And then they swoosh, and then Superman goes down. Superman saves his woman, Lois. Yeah, good stuff. And then Lex is here talking, and here Tess appears. Once again, he finds out the connection between them. It's the whole Summerhold thing. Because it goes back to this. Remember back all the way in season 3, like Asylum, when Lionel put Lex under electroshock therapy. Look at that, right there. Yeah, and he goes back afterwards. Began experimenting on inmates at Belle Reve. One subject lashed out and murdered the man administering the drug, little thing, and they became connected, linked, and here him and Tess talk, like a shared consciousness with the devil. And after that's done, like Lex goes to visit Hank Henshaw, and he gets clearance from Emil saying, "You don't have clearance." It's like overruled, and then he gives an interesting proposition borrowing drones, and yeah, you can all guess what that is. And here's the last part. Here it's kind of reminisce, Lois and Superman up in the air. And here, what's one thing that's a little interesting here, like let's see, let's see, and here's like what Lois said. You should probably go make nice before my dad. Well, what says my day, which should be my dad. There's a few typos in here. I noticed that's just one of them, but I guess they kind of and that's the main issue. But hopefully, as long as that's it, I'll be fine. But sometimes Smallville, like even the TV series, has a few mess-ups that are kind of obvious to see. But here, Chloe and Oliver, they're kind of out in the cornfields looking. They're talking about making the move from Smallville to Metropolis to Star City. Star City's like at the second highest crime rate in the country after Gotham. Of course we'll see Batman on the next issue, and here they talk, and here they talk a little bit, and here's where they get like the more important part when they get intrigues me. They're trying to hunt down. It says there are others hunting down. Here we have someone looking them. I can't really tell who that is right here. There's someone watching them right there. I can't really tell. And here we have next part right here. Lex Star Labs is Lex and Tess. But here, see that right there? That's like that right here. Here is like Lex washing his hand. With that, you see the scar, and here Tess and Lex talking again. Talks about the time she was. Here we see like an abandoned right here. If you remember, Granny Goodness and her at the orphanage, and here they talk and talking about he should go to hell and things like that. Terry, and things like that. And also Emil, and talk questions. He said he didn't know Emil. Yeah, perhaps in more ways than one. She's like, you can go to hell, and she smacks Lex. That's like, how does he feel that? She's like a hallucination or subconscious or whatever that's, I'm not sure what that is. And then here he goes, here, talking, and then like Otis comes along, saying, talking to Tess again. He's trying to talk to her. He's like Otis, you're an idiot or something. And then Terry, with Emil, they're talking, and then like Hank is in his mind, his consciousness, what was happening. I'm sorry, I'm kind of rushing this. What was happening is his consciousness is transferred into a drone. He gets mad. He's like, what have you done here? See, look at that. He's like all angry and red, and that's where it leaves off. And and then we have Emil calling Superman. And I like this artwork right here. It's really also those little designs for Hank, for Hank Henschel as Cyborg Superman. Is what he becomes, and this will be the last issue. Next issue coming up, the last 3 chapters of Guardian, like where basically we'll see like Superman and Cyborg Superman go at it, and I'd like to see who is it that that Oliver and Chloe are searching for, and who's watching Oliver and Chloe. Who's that? Like, hey, and hopefully all that we'll get all that in the last issue number 4 of the final issue of Guardian before we get the next storyline. But I can't wait. Good stuff. Overall, I am pleased with what they're doing with the Smallville storyline. Like, I really am. Like, I like how it's continuing. I like how they continue story in a comic book format, which makes sense. Superman now, what now? Tell it in the comic book. Just do it in the Smallville way. Yeah. Since they got other stuff, the New 52, DC Comics, and now DC trying to launch their Justice League movie, and everything. So yeah, good stuff. Anyway, that's it for me. I'll see you all soon. Bye.